Yeah, I think I'm very happy that there is someone like Magnus that could beat me like this because um, it could get. It's weird to say, but it could get a bit depressing if at this age I could win all the games. So I'm very happy that there is someone like this.
There you go.
This was what I was thinking during the match, and this motivates me a lot to improve more. And actually, I could be happy about this.
Well, at the pace of 2 games, 2 points per 15 minutes.
What, Queen F3.
It might be 2044 before this comeback is complete.
And back in the days of 2018, when a grand total of 46 people watched chess, there was there was Magnus Carlsen versus Fabiano Caruana for the World Championship, and they played this Sveshnikov Sicilian, and they pushed theory forward like 15 years. It was really fascinating times. And Magnus really enjoys these positions because of the imbalance. The computer always gives some slight edge to white if played perfectly, but this F5 coming for black is really, nasty.
And white's knight on b5 not hanging, obviously, until you play bishop b7. But, Levy, to your point, Magnus often is mischaracterized as someone who tries to dodge mainstream opening theory. No, he makes mainstream. He is mainstream opening theory. He defines it, and he's been ahead of a lot of opening trends, right? The Sveshnikov, he can basically play anything, and he doesn't have an opening repertoire because his opening repertoire is like the set of all openings.
He can do whatever he wants, and when he decides to dabble in an opening and change it around, that's what's going to happen. And it's funny, if you actually look at the database, after 2018, that match, Magnus-Fabiano, so many top players went there and played tens of thousands of games, and to this day, right, are making improvements, so...
Just have what he's having.
Just a little fun fact. Did you ever dabble in the Sveshnikov?
Not yet. I actually had the honor of playing Sveshnikov. Yes, that was a person who created the Sveshnikov, passed away recently at a Blitz tournament, but we did not, in fact, play the Sveshnikov.
He didn't pass away at the Blitz tournament.
No.
You played him at a Blitz tournament.
I mean, I'm surprised he didn't because of the quality of my play against him. But he was a total legend, and never played the Sveshnikov. I'm a lifelong Najdorf player. Recently, I've been trying different kinds of Sicilians.
That's the spice of life. Which Sicilian you try in chess.
That's right. Or where you push your c-pawn at the start of the game. I heard one square is possible, too.
Yes. With white.
Of course.
Bishop d6. Yeah,
Knight f2 is possible. Oh, my gosh. It's still possible.
Still possible. King g1, queen, rook is hanging, and that's it. Yeah, rook f2, rook e1 is mate, so...
Oh, he took the bishop instead. Now he's down in exchange. And the king is a sitting duck here. That queen is getting involved right quick.
But Magnus did just lose on time, so maybe he will lose on time again. He just trapped the bishop. He wins.
Guy's whole board awareness, Levy. He didn't go for the king. He went for the bishop.
Yeah, just so good. And this is the bullet tilt. We have a modern opening on the board. Only one man, I think, can play this consistently and win games, and that's Hikaru. He has played the modern in Blitz and Bullet his entire life. And you look at his game sometimes, and it's like +5 for the opponent, and he just wins.
He's even done that this Paris visit, but not against Alireza.
Yep.
I mean, he did do it against Alireza, not enough times. Is the modern still going to be called the modern in like 100 years? Is it eventually going to be called like the old?
Yeah, the old. I don't know. I don't know who names chess openings. Nobody. Yeah. We just kind of call them that.
Yeah, who was the first person to call the Sicilian? Like, was it named after the famous Soviet master Boris Sicilian?
No, there was some story, right? It was actually some guy named like probably Giulio or Francesco or something.
Yeah, he played it in a chess club in Catania.
Yep.
In Palermo, and this is not looking great. F3, Magnus cementing the e4 pawn.
At some point, white has h4, man. Like, even now, just attacking the king's side and asking some very uncomfortable questions.
Such as, who is the winner of this SCC? But I think we do know the answer to that one. Queen a4 instead.
Yeah, queen a4, and what can we say, man? What can we say? You know that whole monologue about Hikaru getting too old, and then you winning, Hans winning things when Hikaru's like, we got to worry about Magnus. Magnus is going to stick around for like 15 more years winning everything. It's unbelievable.
I mean, the way that he's adjusted his style, and every time it seems like he's getting tired of the whole I'm the best player of all time routine. He puts in a performance like this one where he seems fresh, he seems motivated, and he seems ready to climb the next step, the step that you didn't think was there because he's climbed the ladder. He's at the top.
Yeah.
And he's at the top of his game right now. Bishop takes c6.
He'll take on c6. He'll go for the pawn on a6.
That's you're reading my mind.
Or that, apparently.
He took the other rook.
He prefers to paralyze the black position and play rook d8 and bishop b3. That's how he wants to win the game.
Oh my gosh.
c7, rook d8, and bishop b3, or bishop d7, rook d8.
Bishop b3 is such a lovely deflection. You could play that even if the black king moves out of the way, because black's bishop doesn't have any further squares. Taken bishop b3, you called it.
Yeah, bishop d4, bishop b3, and bishop d4, bishop b3, or was rook c7, but
Ooh.
yeah, he just does it anyway, because he was defended.
And now this juicy little...
Yes,
I think they call that a pawn.
That is a filet mignon. That's what that is. I must tell you, we are here live in Paris, and the applause for every Magnus win has dwindled by 10% every time he wins, because you're just like, really?
Another one?
Like, again? You know? And that's the unique thing about this format, right? Like, this format is super exciting when it goes down to the wire, but every sport that doesn't have a timer just has like a thing you play to, right? In tennis, you have sets. It's not like 6-1, 6-1, 6-1, 6-1, 6-1, 6-1. You just stay for 3 hours and keep losing 6-1. I mean, that would be very brutal. Here, you have to play every game. Each game is worth some amount of money. They play and split some prizes. But, yeah, this is the brutal nature of a Speeches Championship match goes south. And today it's gone south, like to Marseille or, you know. I tried to be a Danya there.
No. I don't know any direction. I still have to do the never eat soggy waffles to, you know, tell my west from my east.
Yes. Okay, we have some... I thought Alireza was black, by the way, because of all the openings that he's played today. But it's actually Magnus who's got the King's Indian attack going.
Whoa! Bishop a5. That was not a blunder.
No, knight b. His idea was...
I mean, it might be, but he didn't blunder a piece.
Yeah.
He blundered the King's Indian.
Yeah, this is... Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no.
It's just mate. It's just mate. And he resigns and...
Okay, Smarter Chess putting in a very controversial prediction here.
Yeah, current win probability of 100%. Now, why are we showing this?
Yeah.
Whose call was it to put this on the screen? I mean, my God, what you're insulting the intelligence of like 100,000 live viewers right now. I don't... Yeah, thanks. We thought it was 65 still. I don't know.
I mean... 8 minutes left, 11-point lead, so let's do some calculations.
Yeah.
20 seconds per win. If Alireza pre-moves every move for the rest of the match, he gives himself a chance.
Just put a picture up of like a...
And he's kind of doing that right now.
Of like a cat or the Eiffel Tower sparkling or, I don't know, something. The Seine. Okay?
I mean, yeah, you're kind of
disappointed. All right, this is just messed up, man. That's not cool, all right? We told you guys that the players watch the stream after it's over. You're going to be hearing from Team Fallujah. I'm just telling you guys, that wasn't us, all right? That wasn't us.
Well, I think it's becoming a... Smarter Chess better never show his face, because it's becoming a commentator tradition to throw the proverbial rotten tomatoes. You know, Adam, it's like the person that makes everyone unite in their collective... You know, collective anger.
Yeah, Danya, I feel like every Smarter Chess prediction has been wild. Like, it was 65-35, and Magnus...
Look at that by Fallujah, by the bishop f6, trying to deflect the queen.
Yeah, I appreciate your efforts in still analyzing the chess.
White has 3 pieces and black has 2. What can I say?
Yeah. This
Sorry,
should
white
be
has
winning.
2, black has 1.
Oh, I thought for... Oh, God. It's a 12-game lead.
Okay, now one person applauded.
Yeah. And it's basically, yeah, it's all Magnus. I mean, what can you say? By the way, I've suggested a rule change. I said that at 5 minutes left in the bullet, you should be able to call it if you're losing. I
don't think there's a soul on this earth who would reject this. Alireza Fallujah will be eternally grateful for you if this rule is instituted. But you have to tip your hat to him. A second-place finish in the SCC.
Yes, of course.
By the hometown favorite. Obviously, his match against Hikaru will enter the, I think, annals of the greatest SEC performances, maybe to be replaced by this one. But Alireza has had an incredible 6-month run, and let me tell you, I am looking forward to watching his next candidate's performance, even though that's very far away. We have the Olympiad coming up, Levy, but he has been incredibly resilient in a career that's been longer than people might think. You know, he's 21. He's been a GM for 7 years. He's been 2,700 for, I think, 4 or 5 years. And when you have that much experience at that young of an age, that's really scary for your opponents.
For sure. It's scary for every opponent not named Magnus, right? And it's quite wild how well he performed today. He obviously rose to the occasion. And the question with Firouzja is not about if, it's about when. And yeah, the big question mark remains about the candidates tournament, of course. Chess has historically put a lot of weight on the candidates and the World Championship cycle, of which Firouzja has struggled the last 2 times, but he wins basically everything else. Getting second in the Speed Chess Championship, and I wonder how Hikaru feels at the moment, you know, because he wasn't able to instill this level of hesitancy in Alireza. Alireza clearly showed up for that match super fired up, and he got it done.
He got it done. Hikaru had some early comebacks, but Alireza never wavered. And he played better and better to continue this match. Oh my gosh. You really literally wish the bishop on h1 were gone, because that would allow white to prolong the game.
Yep.
4.5 minutes, folks, left in an unforgettable weekend of action. We know who the winner is going to be. This line.
Yeah, this is a wild line.
It is indeed. And Alireza, maybe this was what he needed earlier in the match, but all the armchair generals, all the wannabe Napoleons, they're going to come out after this match, but you try sitting down and playing Magnus. I've tried, and I don't recommend it to a lot of people.
No. And it will be fun if the guys downstairs ask him, like, does he think he's a 65-35 against Firouzja? He'll definitely have some nice things to say. He is very complimentary, and he has touted Firouzja as his his successor to the throne in many ways. But I also do wonder, did that put unnecessary pressure on Firouzja? Was it gamesmanship? Was it the ultimate form of putting pressure on a young man? Of course, I'm exaggerating, but you know, to hear that from the best player in the world is...
It's simultaneously infuriating and infinitely validating.
Correct.
To know that if you get to the world champion, you're the only person, world championship, you're the only person on the planet who the world champion is interested enough to play. And yet the expectation that creates to win the candidates tournament is insane. I mean, the pressure at that tournament, you feel it from the commentator's desk. It's unbelievable. And Firouzja has many more candidates participations left in his career. He's 21, for goodness sake. People seem to forget that. They think that he's 101 sometimes.
Honestly, I don't think
the discourse on the internet.
I feel like we say it all the time. And
No. Rookie 7 is coming.
Rookie 7 and
Lucky lead number 13.
yeah, King is going to take the bishop.
And another check. And another capture.
Yep.
And another win.
And we might have one game left, but at the speed at which Firouzja played that game, he lost like 10 seconds on the clock. We might have 2 games left. This is an exchange Spanish, which is a line I used to play a lot when I was about 7, 8 years old. I always enjoyed these positions, down at the local chess tournaments against my fellow 7 and 8-year-olds.
That bullet point just didn't make it onto the 2004 lists back when Levy Rosman, and I actually was also playing this line at that time.
Yeah. Those were the good days. I got so nervous in my second chess tournament, I forgot how to notate castling. And I asked my opponent, and then he told me 0-0, and then he beat me in like 10 moves. So I had a very funny chess career in my first 2 tournaments. I went 4-0 in my first one because I was better than everybody, and then I went 0-4 in my next one because I was worse than everybody. And
you went 4-0, or you went 4-0-0?
I went 4-0-0, yeah.
Okay.
But I lost all the games of my second tournament. I didn't give up.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I didn't stop. And friendly PSA to anybody watching this before we close the show and take it to the interviews is you really should play chess in person. I think over the last 3 to 4 years, millions of people have gotten into chess online, but there's really nothing quite like playing in person, whether it's competitive or community. Like, why does anybody do any hobby? To feel a sense of community, part of a community, or to improve at something and use your time wisely. So, yeah, do it.
And Levy, let me say this. First of all, in person, on the whether you're playing on the computer or on the board, that matters less than sitting in the same room facing each other. I have not seen a group of people in the 2000 teens look at their phones less over the course of many hours than this awesome crowd here. When they looked at their phones, it was to look at Twitch or YouTube. Every one of these matches has had their own unique character. They've captured the attention of everyone watching. I cannot believe there's under a minute left in the SEC finals. This weekend felt like it would never arrive, and now it goes by so quickly. That's always what happens with events that everybody anticipates. But I don't think there's a single person who's watched any part of this and feels like they didn't get what they signed up for.
You know that feeling when we board the plane tomorrow is going to be so sad? Because you just remember boarding the plane here, and now you're going home, and there's going to be...
Well, there was a 3-hour delay, so I definitely remember.
Correct, yeah. That's flying out of the States. It's going to be special. It's going to be really special. You can't wait for the next one. But the good news is top-level chess returns in literally like 4 days at the Olympiad. So
yeah, withdrawal in chess never lasts. Like, it's just, you get one tournament, everyone's sad, I miss this, and the next tournament starts, and Magnus has won.
And he's won.
The SEC is over. The ticker goes to 0, and by